Former President Donald J. Trump needs to be thrown into a jail cell for pretrial detention if, as expected, he is indicted on charges related J6, at least if MSNBC legal analyst Glenn Kirchner has anything to say about it. Last week, the 2024 GOP frontrunner revealed that he had received a letter from the Biden regime's special counsel, deranged Jack Smith, informing him that he is officially a target of a Washington, D.C. grand jury investigation and that his arrest is imminent. Rather than be released after arraignment as would normally be the case, Kirchner argued that Trump is far too dangerous to be allowed to remain free and needs to be locked down, likely in the special D.C. gulag that J6 protesters have been detained in under deplorable conditions that some have likened to that of a Chinese gulag. The former federal prosecutor appeared on the latest edition of SiriusXM's The Dina Baydallah Show, where he played to the fascist inclinations of the weaselly left-wing host that Trump deserves to be treated like an opposition leader in Vladimir Putin's Russia and is undeserving of the right of the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Baydallah set the table for his regular guest by expressing concern that if cornered Donald Trump, whose only chance at all to stay out of prison is winning, will get even more dangerous and becomes a threat to the community and openly starts almost calling for violence or just on the edge of it. Well, that's why Donald Trump should be ordered detained pending trial, Kirchner responded. And I say that, not from my own personal preference or any animosity I have toward the man. I say it because the law provides that when there's clear and convincing evidence that a defendant pending trial presents a danger to the community, he's supposed to be detained, or she's supposed to be detained pending trial. That's the law, he continued. Everyone has ignored that when it comes to Donald Trump. And we do it at our peril, as a system, as institutions of government, do it at our peril. What did we see Donald Trump do recently? Kirchner asked. He posted President Obama's home address. One of his followers, a guy named Taylor Taranto, read it, reposted it on his social media platform, and then armed himself with 2 guns, 400 rounds of ammunition, a machete, and headed toward President Obama's home. He was referring to the bizarre story of an individual apprehended near the former president's house as he was reportedly running toward the residence last month. Fortunately, he was intercepted before he could get there and is now, detained pending trial, Dean, the way the system is supposed to operate, he said as Baydallah smirked at the idea. He also tossed out another example in Jack Teixeira, the 21-year-old National Guard member who was arrested after allegedly leaking highly classified online earlier this year. He's detained pending trial, Kirchner exclaimed. And his attorneys just argued in court that this system is unfair because Donald Trump is not detained pending trial and my client is, and Donald Trump is a greater danger to the community. Now Jack Teixeira should be detained, but so should Donald Trump, because we are allowing his daily threats and his daily attempts to inspire his base to get after his enemies. Those would be prosecutors, judges, witnesses, grand jurors. It goes unaddressed, and that damages us all, he said. So maybe when he gets indicted for the insurrection, Jack Smith will move for his detention pending trial because the evidence is there to support that request, Kirchner concluded. Whether Democrats and their fellow leftists were always enamored with a legal system reminiscent of the old Soviet Union is unknown, but their open lusting for totalitarianism makes it abundantly clear that they are big fans of Joseph Stalin now.